Hi, I'm Dog, and welcome back to the Utopia Baseball League. Today is still Monday, July the 2nd, and I'm here to walk you through the Key West Lives of the Former Parrot Heads 2016 edition, and in fact it's going to be Lives of the Former Key West Draft Picks, as you will see in a moment. First, Doe found something interesting, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Aurora, which is the single-A affiliate of the Charleston Chimps, has a most unusual pitching rotation. You see here there are two pitching leaders, Chris Padgett and Keith Anderson. You see the starting rotation is blank and the bullpen is blank. Okay, you think. So what is this pitching rotation that has pitched Aurora to a 19-63 season thus far? And, well, you see a shortstop and a center fielder. Pitching stats, you see the shortstop has no stats for the year, pitching. The center fielder, Chris Padgett, has pitched in 21 games to a 4-14 record. He's pitched 115.1 innings with an 8.04 ERA. Don't laugh. This is probably better than you could do, right? Well, let's look at this amazing Chris Padgett. Pitching stats. Game log. Whoops. How about pitching log? Pitching. Here we go. Game log. Here we go. Beginning on June 10th, he has started 21 straight games. And pitched as far as the sixth inning, 6.1 innings. Of them, 7.1 innings in one case. So yeah, and he's gotten the occasional win. Okay, there's Chris Padgett. Fine. Billy Jones has no pitching. 2018 log, no pitching stats thus far. Let's go back to Aurora homepage. There was one other guy, Keith Anderson. The amazing Keith Anderson. Pitching stats. Game log. You can see that this amazing Keith Anderson began on April 18th and pitched until, you guessed it, June the 9th, before he gave way to his comrade. So there you have it. There's the Charleston single-A affiliate Aurora pitching rotation. Keith Anderson and Chris Padgett. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Big claps. Big claps. Alrighty, let's go take a looky look at trades. Key West. In 2016, Key West made four trades. The first trade that it made was for, let's see if I can make sense of this for you. Here we go. Batting register. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Batters. Nope. What am I looking at? Oh, yes. In 2016, on July 24th, Key West made a trade with Chesapeake out of dire necessity. Key West had Mark Combs, who was hitting .277, .341. He's doing well, but he had no backup. The Parrot Heads had Fernando Moran and Zach Meisner. Moran particularly had really bad defense. Meisner had a really bad bat. And I was looking for somebody who could backfill defensively with at least a little bit of bat. And Abdurrahman Rist turned out to be the guy. Rist came to us with a better hitting profile than this and a decent defensive profile. I thought, here's a guy who can back up for Mark Combs at the backstop, give him some rest, and do okay for us. In fact, he's a left-hander. Combs is right, so I thought let's just platoon him and use him as a situational pinch hitter in late innings when he's when the catcher spot's facing a right-hander. So that was my idea. And unfortunately, the idea, as you can see, at Chesapeake, he hit 274, 283. He had 1 year like that before at Springfield, in which he platooned 286, 341. So that's kind of what I zoomed in on. I just really didn't pay attention to this 2015 year, 189, 283. So he came to Key West, and guess what? He hit 219, 361. But I'm like, okay, 361 on base, I can deal with that. But in 2017, he hit 181, and in 2018 so far, he's hit 158. So his ratings have deteriorated. He's a bust. Defensively, was he all that defensively? He only threw out 28% of runners, one passed ball, +1 zone rating, pretty good defensive efficiency, no errors for us in 2017. But his defense stayed decent, but he actually threw out a few runners in 2018, but his bat just completely went to crap. What did I give up for Abderrahmane Rist? Well, in exchange for a second-round pick, but also in exchange for a fifth-round pick. So we gave up our 2017 second and fifth-round picks. Now, this is what I wanted to get to here. Draft history. Key West. So we sent to Chesapeake our 2017 second and fifth. Now, this is probably Cosgrove, I'm guessing, who has the second-round pick. And perhaps Phillips, who knows? Oops, I'm looking at 2016. Wrong. Who knows exactly what Chesapeake did with those two picks, 2017 second and 2017 fifth. Let's pull it up here and go look in. Let's go snoop in Chesapeake's org and see if we can figure it out. Chesapeake. So yeah, I gave up a second. Well, actually, second and a fifth in 2017. So Chesapeake. I'm already looking at Chesapeake minor league system. Actually, minor league system. Is that what I wanted to look at? 2017 second round pick. Browning. Is he still in the system? Or yes, he should be, shouldn't he? Browning. Let's see if we can find Browning. He was, I guess I could find him most quickly by 2017 second Browning. There he is, Eddie Browning, in Pittsburgh, single A affiliate, first baseman. Good looking first base prospect, a lefty batter. OG&E, smart hour, so-called smart hours. Good looking lefty first base prospect. Doesn't have any kind of play ratings. He's the 211 pick. That was probably the one I sent. 211, yep. So I gave up a solid looking batter, at least, in Eddie Browning for Abderrahmane Rist. Would I take this trade back if I could? Yes, I would. I would indeed. This is one I'd like to have back. The 2018 fifth, who knows if this was actually Tanguma, if that was actually Chesapeake's or mine. Let's see if we can find him. Tanguma. Don't even see him listed. He was probably cut. Tanguma, yep, probably cut. I'm guessing he was cut. Okay, so that's the Abderrahmane Rist trade in 2016. The next trade that I made happened in, the next two happened in the off season, October 9th, 2016. The first one I traded for this guy right here, Rick Roll Hamilton. I traded the Isotopes. He was on the Isotopes roster, and the way I found Rick Roll, and the reason I wanted him, was for his defense. He was very much like David Machado. And in fact, my vision was to have Hamilton and Machado at shortstop and second, and basically playing full-time, or maybe have one as the backup, one as the utility player, and the other one full-time on the field. I thought with an infield, middle infield of these two guys, with their tremendous 70 to 80 range, I couldn't go wrong. And I'd have a great defensive club. And actually, with the acquisition of Hamilton, I really felt like I had achieved the first vision that I had of having a team that could win year in and year out in Key West. And that was great defense and pretty good pitching. Well, Louisville showed me the flaw in that plan last year with their hitting, and I have had to sort of rethink my ideas and go more towards hitting to complement. I haven't lost the idea of great defense and great pitching, but I know I got to have some good hitting on the team. And this year we've been very lucky with James Dalton, the way he has hit, and all these guys. I didn't ever expect Hamilton to have a 301, 362 year. What did I give up for Hamilton? In exchange for blank? Well, it was more than just blank. What I gave up for Hamilton was, I'm looking at my list, I gave up my 2017 third round pick and the 2018 fifth round pick. So the 2017 third, let's see, this is Chesapeake. Nope, I need to go to Nashville. 2017 third round pick, they had a couple, Flowers or Miranda. So let's see where they are. Isotopes. Now, of course, this is not necessarily Flowers and Miranda. Let's just make sure they're not on the roster here. This is not, the trades that I would have made, but these are the picks that I would have made necessarily. But just in the interest of curiosity, let's see what Flowers and Miranda. Let's see if these guys are on the Nashville roster. Flowers and Miranda. Oh, Porter Gauthier. Good for him. 2-0. Good. He's doing well. Oh, Malcolm Tuttle. Oh, wow. Both these guys used to be Parrot Head organization guys. Good. Good to see them on the Austin roster. Sorry. Blast through the past. Flowers and Miranda. Flowers and Vic Schaefer. There's Miranda. Catcher. Ooh, a catcher. Oh, dang. Not bad. Mediocre catcher. Got a high projected contact rating. He's a baddie. He's a lefty. He's a baddie. Third round pick in 3-7 pick 2000. That would not have been mine. That would not have been my guy. So let's look at Flowers. Flowers. And there's Flowers, center fielder. 10th pick in round 10. That might have been it. That's probably it. So this was the pick I gave up. Excellent defensive center fielder. A good, I should say, defensive center fielder, and learning. A lefty batter, age 19. Projected to have some contact and gap. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Would I still do the trade knowing this? Yes, I would. Hamilton, I don't expect him to hit 300 every year, but if he can hit 245, 255, and get on base about 300, yeah, that's and continue his defense, yeah, I'm good with that. I made on the same day as the Hamilton trade, I traded with Raleigh, Xavier Padilla. And Xavier Padilla has had quite a ride of it lately. Padilla is now, we signed him this year to a minor league contract, so he's back in our organization. But we traded him. He was just at the pretty much the peak of his batting. You see 256, 347, 273, 278, 302, and then in 2016 he hit 269, 361. You see his VORP has always been 2 and 3. We traded him to Raleigh in the offseason after 2016, and the reason was he drove me nuts with errors. Xavier Padilla, 11 errors in 2015, 11 errors in 2014. Actually more than that, but that many errors at third base, which is his native position. And he was sort of a weak link in my defense, and I kind of sensed that his ratings had peaked and were about to slide down the hill. And so I decided I'd get some value for him while I could and see if anyone was interested. Raleigh was, and he actually hit for Raleigh in 2017. He had a ton, 360. I'm sorry. Looking at the wrong thing again. Raleigh, he hit 326, 424, 528. He had a OPS plus of 162. As expected, my hitters performed better in other ballparks. He had 178 at-bats, did extremely well. 8 homers, 12 doubles, a fine hitting performance. He actually walked 28 times, almost as much as he struck out, 30, which had been a problem with him on the Key West roster. He was striking out a lot. Look at all these strikeouts. This was the other reason I was looking forward to getting him off my roster. 78 Ks, 92 Ks, 74, 66, 72. He gets to Raleigh, and he's a new man. Change of scenery does him good. Raleigh subsequently trades him to Louisville for their stretch run, and he didn't do a whole lot for Louisville, but he did ride with them through the East League. That was good to see. Let's see. Career postseason. He didn't do much with. He was a good postseason hitter for us in 2016. Fielding. Okay, so what did we trade? What kind of trade did we make with Raleigh? We got Mario Nunez, fragile Mario Nunez, who had an all-star first half of last year and then kind of went to crap the second half, and I didn't have patience with him. He had option years left, and I sent him down because my bullpen and rotation was full. I had other guys I wanted to try. So he was down in AAA for a while. Now he's back on the big league roster. So I got Nunez, and I got Jorge Cervantes, who is also fragile, and if he is not on the DL, he is pitching very well. He's up to Durham now, and if he can just string together enough innings, he may well make Little Rock next year. This guy projects to be a big league pitcher. He's got great stamina. He might have the best stamina in my organization for a pitcher. He's got 3 good pitches, and fastball, cutter, and fork. A terrible changeup, unfortunately. But I'm hoping he keeps it together. You can see his last start was April 19th. He is currently out for shoulder inflammation, and the year before that he missed the year with torn rotator cuff. So I'm hoping Cervantes can stay healthy. But still in all, I figured I really thought Padilla was my infield roster was packed. I needed a place for Padilla. I felt like we placed him at a good place, Raleigh. And then he ended up in Louisville, a team he could help. And in return, I got Mario Nunez, and I think I've gotten my value out of that trade. I'm still happy with that trade. So that was the third trade, Padilla for Nunez and Cervantes. The second trade was Hamilton for a couple of picks, and the first trade was Rist for a couple of picks. And the Rist trade, yes, I regret that. The final trade for 2016 was November 4th with Oklahoma, and it was specifically for I needed a catcher, and the catcher I got was this guy, Daniel Regnier, another Canadian. Yeah, he's hitting 253, 312, 369 in Little Rock. I just about was ready to call him up a week or two ago. Actually, earlier in the spring, I was ready to call somebody up, and I went ahead and called up Flint Townsend instead because I thought he was more ready. I wanted to give Regnier a little bit more time to develop. He's hitting well. He's doing well. He's a Decent defensive catcher, decent enough, 55 ability, 50 arm. Although he plays the catcher position at only a 40 level, he's he's still coming along. He's just 19 years old. So the only thing I don't particularly like about him is he's a righty. And I really would like to have a lefty who can hit righties, somebody who can hit right-handers better, or left-hander. Let me see. Did I say that right? I'd like to have a lefty catcher who can hit righties very well. And he currently is kind of mediocre against both right and left, but he hits lefties just a little bit better. So he was my catcher prospect along with Flint Townsend, whom I acquired the following year, 2000. Actually, when did I acquire Townsend? 2017? Yes, in 2007, the following year, I acquired another catcher prospect, Flint Townsend. So yeah, Regnier came to us from Oklahoma Lincoln organization. He did great in Fremont, not so great in Durham last year when he got promoted, but he is acclimated to Little Rock just fine this year. Fielding, he's thrown out 37% of runners, plus 2.1 zone rating, 7.99 range. He's doing fine as a catcher. Total chances, 472, 0 errors. He's turned 3 double plays, so that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to having this guy up on the big league roster. You can see after he was traded, OSA blipped up his rating to 50-65, but now it's back down to 45-55. We'll see. I think sometimes those ratings will blip back up. So, all right, Regnier for who? Let's go back here. Along with the second round, in exchange for a first draft pick. This doesn't tell the whole story. I traded Regnier along with my first round pick, the 110 pick, in exchange for, I traded my first round pick, the 110 pick, for Regnier and the 2-2 and the 215. So I turned my 110 pick into the 2-2 and 215 and Daniel Regnier. And who did I hire with the 2-2? Who did I pick with the 2-2 and 215? I'll show you. Let me show you. 2-2, 215. Are they both down in? I think they're both in. Okay, here they are. They're both still in Fremont. My 2-2 pick was a couple of high schoolers. Was Lester Willis, who's a right-handed batter. He plays outfield. Good range, decent arm, not a great error rate. He's learning the outfield position, better at right field than at the other positions, but he could play center field in a pinch. He's fast, high work ethic, very high leader ability. Really like to have very high leader abilities on my team. And he is currently doing well in Fremont, 242, 281 in 327 at bats. So, yeah. How many doubles does it? Good night. Out of 79 hits, 33 are doubles. Woo! He actually Howard projects him to be a flat-out 80 gap power. So, that's amazing. Out of 79 hits, 33 are doubles. Wowzer. That's a high... surprised the slugging is so low. I guess it's because home runs he only hits 2 home runs. He doesn't have a whole lot of home run power. The big rap against Willis is his eye. If he can learn his pitch and then avoid the Ks, he's got 90 strikeouts so far this year compared to 79 hits. That's his albatross. If he can overcome that, work on that, yeah, he's going to be on my roster someday. That's Willis. That was the 2-2 pick. The 215 pick was Luis Maldonado. And like Willis, he projects to have good contact, extremely high gap power. He's sort of my sleeper pick. He was poorly rated, and I think he's going to be better than that. He already plays left field at 60 rating. Good defensive outfielder. I think he's going to come up at the other 2 outfield positions very well, too. High leader ability, high intelligence, normal work ethic, low greed. That might come in handy later. So, yeah, along with Regnier, I got two decent corner outfielder, maybe full outfield, 3-position outfielder picks. And who did Oklahoma pick with the 110 pick, the 217-110. Well, let's go up here and let's see. Let's see if we can figure it out. Dempsey, Olivas, and Swanson. I think it was Swanson. So let's go up here, look in OU system and find Swanson. Oops. Let's just go to the UBL. And Oklahoma minor leagues. And look for Swanson. I want to say Swanson's a shortstop. Olivas, I think, was the other guy he got in the first. Okay, he was the 1-5, so this was not the guy. Woo! That's a good-looking shortstop. See, I'm slowly starting to learn what I'm giving up by with draft picks. Swanson, here we go. Third baseman. What did I give up? Well, you might not think very much, but Howard thinks better of this guy than this. Excellent defensive infielder. Plays good first base, and probably is going to be natural at third base, which is where Oklahoma's got him. He's going to be a good-looking kid. 21, he's getting close to breaking through. So I gave up essentially Swanson. Yeah, he was the 111 pick in 2017. So essentially, I gave up Swanson in return for Willis, Maldonado, and Regnier. I like this trade. I'd do it again. And that wraps it. The 2016 Lives of the Former Parrot Heads. The only player who was on our roster, the only roster player we traded away, Xavier Padilla, we got him back. So yeah, all is love, right? So we got back Padilla. We still have Nunez and Cervantes on our roster. We still have Hamilton. We still have Regnier, and we're still trying to get rid of wrist like a bad infection. So yeah, he's still technically our third, nominally our third catcher number 3. I hope it doesn't come to that. I'll probably promote Regnier over wrist, but you never know. We'll see. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. This has been the 2016 edition, Lives of the Former Parrot Heads. I'll be back with you another time. Bye.